everybody, Huskers GBR Rich here, bringing you another video on this wonderful, wonderful October day. And today I wanted to talk about when would I run from the cops, and also my thoughts on riding without insurance or tags, correct registration on the bike and stuff like that. So first and foremost, I hope that I never get into a situation where I even feel like I need to run. But if I were, if you remember the video I released a while back of me topping out my Gixxer, my 07 600, I was doing 168 miles an hour was my peak speed. If there was an officer that happened to go by or was running radar on that road and I knew that he tagged me doing that speed, that would be about the only time I would even consider running, and I'm not even sure it would be that. It'd be more along the lines of I would keep maintaining my speed, probably go a lot faster than I normally would, and if I didn't see him behind me ever, I wouldn't pull over. I wouldn't stop and wait for him to catch up, essentially. In no way, shape, or form would I do that, but if he does decide to chase and he catches me at a red light or something like that afterwards, I'm going to pull over right away. I don't think there's really any need to try to have them pursue you. I mean, they have your tag, your plate number already probably. It's only going to make the situation worse for you if you get pulled over or they catch you later on. And if you're cooperative, at least, my experiences seem to be different from a lot of other people, but I have never once been reprimanded by the law for, pulling over right away and telling the truth. I've always had a pretty positive experience with doing that. So I would imagine that if you're cooperative right off the bat, even after doing something like that, it might be a little bit less severe punishment for you. But again, I hope to never experience that, and I hope to never have to do that. But I think it's kind of dumb to see all these different people doing what they do. So we'll see what we can do here. The nice thing about being on a bike is it's pretty easy to get over in situations like this, but hopefully you all understand that. I'm not a big fan of, if you see any police officer behind you, just take off, and try to, weave through traffic or anything like that. I think you should just be as cooperative as you can, and good things, or at least less severe things, should happen. But that's really my thoughts on that, I suppose. Leave a comment down below on your own thoughts. And lastly, I want to talk about people who ride bikes and don't have insurance or, the registration correct and things like that. And I have full insurance on my motorcycle. It's registered to me. I pay all the taxes. Nothing is outstanding on it. I don't have a lien. There's nothing on the bike that is bad or unlawful, I suppose is the best way to put it. So I'm a strong advocate that you should always have insurance. You should always, follow the law as much as you can in regards to your vehicle taxes and registration. But I do know a few people that don't ride without that, and actually have gone several years without ever getting pulled over or anything like that. And again, this might tie back into the first situation, where if you don't have a license or a registration or things like that, maybe you are going to be more likely to run, and you have more of an incentive to run, that's for sure. But I would personally never do something like that. So, but I guess if I didn't, it'd be a little bit more tempting, to say the least. But like I said, I think it's a bad situation. It's a bad habit to get into, just assuming that you're not going to get pulled over. You could forget to use a signal. You could, not completely stop at a red light. That's a big thing, especially on bikes. We don't have to like to stop and put our foot down or anything. But you never know when a cop might be behind you, and then it's going to just be even worse in my mind. So, moral of the story, I suppose, is don't try to run. There are situations where running might be beneficial to you. As I was saying earlier, if I did pull over and waited for the cop or the state trooper to catch up to me when I was doing 168 or about 115 miles an hour over the speed limit, I probably would have been going to jail, plain and simple. But if he didn't chase me and I just kept going, or if he did pull out behind me but kind of gave up chase and never saw my plate, I'd be essentially a free man. I might have to lay low for a few days, but after that, that, we're all good and clear. So I guess it just depends on that one, but I would strongly suggest that you don't make a habit of running from the law. I would also suggest that you have insurance and registration and all the legal stuff to go along with your bike. So that's really it. That was an idea. This video was an idea that I had a while back, and I just hadn't gotten around to doing it. So hopefully you all enjoyed, and I hope that you're all having a great fall so far. The weather's perfect here in Nebraska. It's about upper 80 degrees, sunny, just a small 5-10 mile an hour wind, so you really couldn't ask for much more as far as weather goes. But that's it for today, guys. We will see you next time. Take care.